We farm 2,400 hectares just southwest of Swan Hill in the Vic Mallee. Continuous crop, wheat, barley, canola, lentils. So I've just ranked all the paddocks, and yeah, we just plan the rotation to suit. So the dirtiest paddock will go into a brown manure phase, try and knock those weeds down as quick as possible, then to a canola, and then used to be a Clearfield cereal, but now it goes to a conventional cereal, and I run the shielded sprayer through that conventional cereal, and then a lentil. So we get pretty much four-year break, 4 different breaks too, so mixing it up a fair bit. And then once after that, they're generally pretty clean and we can run what we want for a while then. So we've done narrow window burns in the past, and they were really good as like a get out of jail sort of card if you had a blowout for whatever reason. Yeah, you could sort of, like a bigger race, you could just go and burn it and rub it out and pretend it never happened. But it was a pain in the neck to do. So we've been chafflining for 3 years now, and that's been good. I think if you had the big weed numbers, you'd probably still be windrow burning, but now we're sort of getting the weeds down a bit. This chafflining seems to be good just to contain the weeds that we do have into a known location, and we can deal with them how we want then. So we run the chaff line down the middle of the tram tracks, so in between. Yeah, a couple of reasons. Well, one, it's the cheapest option, and I'm all for that. And then I actually like the idea of not disturbing them and just letting them rot over the summer a bit as much as they can. And I've found any time you run over them, it can sort of push too many seeds into contact with the soil, and you get a lot of weeds come up. So sort of leaving them undisturbed, even though the time when we do run through it does disturb it, it still sort of leaves them, splits them, but still leaves them all fluffy, and they seem to work a lot better. But we've just finished sowing now, and yeah, pulled through no worries with the time, and yeah, hardly knew they were there really. So timeliness is the big number one thing we're finding. If we can hit the weed at the right stage, we can still kill our resistant brome with the chemical it's resistant to if we hit it at the right stage. So if I'm always targeting under 3 leaf with the grasses. If it's over 3, I feel like I've failed a bit, but we get great results targeting weeds young and going with full rates. Even just having the crop in on time means now we're out spraying some of these pretty soft chemicals on lentils and stuff like that, that they like this warmer sort of weather. Like, they don't really like the June frosts and the cold, miserable days. So yeah, getting the crop in on time and then being able to get those herbicides on time makes a big difference. So we're not narrow rows, we're 375mm. So yeah, we just aim to get as healthy a crop as we can, so get the crop in on time and up and healthy and fed and all those good things, and you can get a quite competitive wide row crop if you do that right. I've been playing with narrow row spacings or 0 row spacings for the last 3 years, I think, where we're just spreading seed on the interrow and using that, and that's actually, yeah, showing a fair bit of promise. Space stuff is really only going back on the cleanest paddocks we've got, because there's no real option for preems when you're going like that, and that's just really there just to keep clean paddocks clean. So whatever weeds are there, the odd one will be there. They've got a fight on their hands, and then whatever seeds they do, so they'll get chucked into the chaff line. And so we've just got splash plates on the front of the seeder, so it's literally a 3 or 4 minute job to change over, just pull the primaries off the seed boots on the tine onto splash plates, and I'm putting, in the wheat this year I did 50 kilos of wheat down the tube and 30 on the splash plates, which we've got actually a third of the farm into 0 row space this year, so